Alright. So I did have a request for the Infernal Heat Challenge, and have, for the record, seen general questions about how to beat this one, so we could do that one today. I will say I'm not a huge fan of this challenge just because it basically requires you to re-roll the start in a lot of scenarios, in my opinion. I just don't see how you get through the first two rings if you don't have some form of propagate or reanimate stacking. So, yeah, but basically the idea is you just need to re-roll until your starter cards include something that propagates or a Forevermore Serum, and then you should be able to get going, and then you basically just search for any forms of reanimate that you can find and propagate, and you just sort of, for the first few rings, outlive the Inferno room. That will pretty much kill all the enemies for the most part. And then eventually late game you'll want to get some sort of damage, usually in the form of unstable, but it could be anything really. Alright, so we have a startable start here. We have the Overwork Assistant is fine as well, and then the Proliferate's a big card you're looking for. You want either that or Loam Coat, or the advanced card, I forget the name of it, Glow Up. Those three cards from Under Legion are going to be key to start with. Pincushion's not a great unit to start with, but we don't care. We're going to basically survive off of Orikai and either these, and potentially these Overwork Assistants at the start. Savagery is a bit annoying because you don't really want to go at the bottom, since you need turns to like stack your reanimate and you don't want to lose it. But we can just try to keep our pyre health high and maybe set up mid-floor in the final fight, or find a... another thing that kind of sucks is you can't use your rooms, because the rooms are locked in this challenge, so you can't like do a silence room or something. So Infernal Heat, here we go. Okay, now I will say the incant path is preferred here, but if you don't see that, just take Reanimator, because it starts with the extra Reanimate and you keep... or it doesn't start with the extra Reanimate. Eventually it will if I take additional points, but on Resolve I'm at least getting Reanimate, so then I can at least propagate it at some point. Unfortunately, though, the Unstable 6, I don't know, it's really not great. You really want the incant path. I could almost argue just going Brewmaster, to be honest. Then at least you have an additional mix to try to get some extra reanimate at the start. I guess we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Is reanimate better here? The reanimator, the thing that sucks about it is it's just so bad in the first ring. First three rings, really, just because the basically what happens is on Resolve you gain the 6th Unstable, which is just an extra death to yourself. So I actually think we just go Concoction here. But yeah, if you see the incant one, take that one, because that one is gonna just make everything a breeze. We'll be looking to flex into it if we can. Alright, so none of these really do anything right now. I mean, the Graft unit most likely doesn't do anything. You know, you could get... I don't even know what Graft card would be useful, but maybe the Spikes one. But this one eventually will be fine, the Ever-Churning Soil, because we'll be getting an extra draw out of it. So we'll take that. Mark of Invasion is a bit annoying. It's definitely the worst trial possible. You know, they all enter with Reanimate, so it's going to cost a lot of higher health. We don't necessarily need to reach for this gold. I think we don't take a trial. I think often, even some of the other trials, I think you skip. Ring 1 is the worst ring for this challenge. Doesn't really matter who we put here. I'll probably put this one just in case I can find an Overwork Assistant. I can fit it on that floor. And we'll just play these out so that we don't have to redraw them. Alright, really good draw here. So we get the immediate Proliferate. Let's see if we can get some Rage maybe to go along with it. Probably not. Probably if I see green, I'll just take it and keep it anyway. Yeah, we see green. So we'll just proliferate Trice here and we're good to go. Now we've got 5 reanimate on both these guys. And that'll get us through the current point of the game. We'll also get some good gold here. We get really lucky with the collector spawn. So we get our hits in. If I want to be... we could do this too. Okay, that's good. I could technically give him reanimate again, but... Oh yeah, we forgot to do this. That was a mistake. Forgot the entire reason I took this guy. So we might as well stay in... let me think here. So this is 3 reanimate. Could also just do this to get an extra kill. There's probably no better turn for me actually to use this, so I might as well use it now. Let's go here. I think we should still just try to stack reanimate. Spikes if not. We can put this guy down. He doesn't really do anything. We'll just go like... Actually go like this, just to kill the other unit. I guess we pointlessly gave that guy some rage, but his rage really doesn't matter. We're at 1 health at all points anyhow. Really not giving us reanimate here. We've lost 3 2 out of 3s here. So this, I'm glad we stuck in this 4 1 out of 3. So should be a 2 out of 3 chance to get reanimate each time we're staying in green here. But we've unfortunately only got it 1 out of 5 times. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Finally got some reanimate. Alright, sorry about that. We're back. Alright, so I can try to min-max my health here. This guy... Suppose we don't have that much damage, so I should just stack this. Still losing quite a bit here. So we could do a number of things here, but like I could try to just play this and then get some rage. We also have the option of putting it on Pincushion or Orkai. Orkai has 8 more damage. This thing, however, has 12 spikes, so I'm inclined just to put it on Pincushion. Yeah, I think we'll just go for this here. Reanimate. We are owed many reanimates. Alright, this should do it. Well, close to doing it, but enough that we can survive it. Alright, and that's, like I said, why you need to re-roll the start until you start with something. Had we not had Propagate, there's 0 chance we get through that. And this is a pretty easy choice. Just take the Forevermore Serum. And another Proliferate. There's really no reason to try to do fungi things. They're just going to get cleared by Inferno Room every time. And I would generally say that the Merchant of Magics typically are going to be better. Granted, the Under Legion units are going to be useless for us for the most part. I guess if we can get a rally unit. The rally doesn't work with reanimate though, so not really. There is argument to go left though when you do have the Overwork Assistant. Simply getting a Dualism or just another reanimate stack is pretty good. And then the Lazarus units sometimes can be okay. you know, if test subject alpha gets you an extra slay or an extra kill. But I don't know. I think consume remove and proliferate is so good. Spell chain and proliferate is so good. Double stack and forevermore serum is good. I got $300. Like, we can do this. I think this Merchant of Magic's typically going to be better here. Right, double stack that for sure. And then we'll just re-roll here. I could do this, but I don't want to accidentally price myself out of a better upgrade. So we'll see here. Yeah, remove consume. Put that on one of these, because this gets us more reanimate than this does. Plus, it gets us any other buffs that we might get. And nothing to put that on, so nothing much more to do here. And then we probably just skip these. I mean, like I said, you're not going to spawn anything. Technically, if I wanted to, I could do this. I could make this a 0 cost. I'd rather just spell chain it, to be honest. I don't think making it a 0 cost is necessarily all that good. But it is an option. Other option is I could just 0 cost one of these, but I might just want this gold coming up. Merchant Arms not too useful to us. The only thing that would sometimes be okay is the reanimator thing, but for the most part we'll just hit the steel here, try to get some dualism. We can at the very least add some extra reanimate stacks. So I think we just hold this gold for the next store. Drawman one's pretty brutal. I mean, all of these are pretty brutal to some extent, but yeah, I mean, there's a chance that I just don't draw any of these 3 proliferates or the 1 forevermore serum in my opener, and then that does complicate things. If I'm not drawing them though, I'm at least hopefully drawing some secret ingredients, and then I can maybe, along with the ability, just get an extra reanimate. We don't really need the 75 gold. I don't think it's worth it. This is a tough boss too. This boss is going to eat up more of your reanimate stacks. We still want to set up top though. I could see reasons not to put the pincushion here. I think we will though, just in case the collector comes here. But if I don't put him there, I could fit 2 of the overwork assistants, but I don't see there's much benefit there. So we did get the situation here where we did not get any of these 4 cards. So we're going to hope that we can get green and then get a stack of reanimate here. We'll put it on Orakai. There's no reason to use it yet, so we probably just want to get our, let's see, 3, yeah, we want to get our redraw looking good. It's kind of really annoying to face the healers in each fight because it really makes the Infernos not actually kill these things. Alright, obviously, well, we are really fucking low rolling here, massively. Like, all 4 of those cards in the bottom 10, and then on top of that, it's not going to give us a reanimate stack here. That's pretty fucking bad. But at least we have the 1 reanimate here. And I don't know, and probably want to save our proc of this. We'll want to put this in front to protect him. At this point, this unit is potentially better, but I don't know, it's going to have unstable, which makes him die faster, so I think we still want to stack the majority of this stuff here. Now, before we do that, let's just put this here. That kills that at least, and then yeah, we'll do that. Put that there just to get some damage done there, but let's see. Yeah, pretty good amount of reanimate. I think we might want rage at this point. Oops, I messed that up a little bit. That's okay, this is actually fine. We'll go here. Looks like we didn't really need this, but that's okay. Damage shield would not be too bad either. It's pretty much equivalent to a reanimate in this scenario. This is just... Definitely glad we didn't take the trial. You know, these draws are just abysmal. Put the unstable actually on him. That way when he dies, yeah, that'll do the trick. Do that for good measure. Alright, we get through that one. Not bad. So we could do potion kit. Just put that on overwork assistant, and then it's a little bit of extra help. It's not amazing though. The thing you got to think about now is like, the horrify could be good too, but is it really needed right now? I don't know. Oh man, this is the worst by far the worst ring 3 boss we could get to. That's really annoying. That's gonna eat through our stacks. Not a whole lot I can do about that though. I could take Horrified actually, just prevent my own units from attacking in that case. Might be good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that Potion Kit is super positive here. I mean, I already have the ability on Orakai, and a lot of times I may just not even have another unit on the floor to play that on, and who knows if the other unit lives or not. I'd rather just find these proliferates more often. So, and faster. So, I think we just skip these. Okay, Loam Coat is a huge one. Now we have reasons to go to the Merchant of Arms and just go make it deployable. In fact, that's just gonna absolutely beat out going to the left here. Plus we get the health, which is nice, so this is a very clear one. I almost got baited. Remember, don't buy rooms because they don't work. I almost thought, oh, I'll just get a weapons cache. Nope, that won't work. We're gonna visit this first in case we get the graft event. Dante is not good here. It's going to make our draw consistency bad. And, I mean, to some degree, he's pretty good in the sense that he has so many hits that he'll clear out the enemies, but that doesn't really matter that much. We just want to find our... We still want to find our propagate cards. So defensively, now that we've got a deployable Loam Coat, we're looking pretty good. Now we need to start thinking about offense, which is what we'll look for from here on out. We don't have any offense other than our default mixing. So actually, no, that's not true. We have the overwork assistant, so we've got options. Let me think if I need to purge a card right now. We don't have a dupe until all the way there. I still probably want to go to Merchant of Magics instead of Trinkets. I don't know that Trinkets help us that much. Even though, like, most of the normally good Under Legion artifacts just aren't going to be that good. I could technically reroll this and afford one of the cheap items, but they're just not going to be very good for me. So I think we just save our gold here. I do think maybe we purge a card, though. Like a Spore Touch, probably. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, I'm so stupid. Look at the stupid thing I just did. That's so pointless. I had 25 cards and I just put myself under 25. So stupid. Completely forgot that I had that. So we finally would have been able to proc it, but okay. I guess I'm just an idiot. We want to put this on Orakai. I think since the boss will start here, I actually don't want to put any other units up here. So we'll just do that for now. I don't want to accidentally hit this guy too much because these units are going to be brutal. Let's see. Yeah, let's try to get as many things here as we can. I don't know that I want to do this. I eventually do, but not right now. So, yeah, and I can save this for a better turn. Could have maybe stayed in green there. Maybe I should have, but wanted the opportunity to put blue on an enemy. Blue, so the unstable. Okay, we have this. Tempted to put it in the front, and I think I will. I do want to keep this thing alive if I can. Oops, I had blue. What am I doing? So stupid. That's fine. We can get a rage here so that the loam coat starts proccing it. We'll probably just be duping loam coat. I don't know. That is a bad fucking draw. See, had I not done that, we might have drawn a better card here. But that's okay. We're still at least killing them and he's alive, so it's really not the end of the world. I almost still don't want to do this because I don't want another unit to come about. Here, let's go here, I guess. I'm trying to think if I should just play this right now. I could save myself a health and help my redraw. I don't think so. I think the next turn is most likely when I want to use it. If I can somehow get this next overworked assistant to stick. No, we don't even draw it, so that's shitty. Ooh, this is bad. We need blue. Alright, that will help at least a little bit. That kills all them. Man, he's dying. That's not fucking good. I'll tell you that much. This is why I said this is by far the worst boss, because it's like the spikes are just so brutal to you. We could still win off the overwork assistant, but I'm gonna need to do things properly here. Wow, sick draw, bro. Well, that's my own fault for removing the card, but it's not the end of the world. We just need to... There's so many fucking things in the deck. We're going to stay in green for sure. Not exactly sure how I'm going to beat this boss, though. I could put him down here, but... One reanimate, I'll get up to 4 reanimate, but like no matter where I put him, he's immediately gonna lose like all of his reanimate, I guess, unless I put him mid. Yeah, mid's really my only option here. And then we just hope to draw some better stuff. Yeah, I don't think there's a better turn for this then, unfortunately. It's not a whole lot of power health to try to survive this. If I put this down, it doesn't really help me a whole lot. Well, I think we might live this because we have enough stacked here. Alright, we barely made it. Alright, we're through the worst part, if you can believe it. Man, I'm so tempted to take the spike here over the tome. The tome, obviously, you know, I said we needed offense, so tome is by far really good at that, but I could maybe argue the overwork assistant might be enough offense alone, and Spike the Legion is technically better at stacking and reanimate. And granted, I don't think any fight will be worse than that. I mean, honestly, even as long as I get some pyre health, even savagery will be easier. But Yeah, I'm trying to think. I could see Spike being better than Tome in this challenge because it's so hard to... Yeah, even all that being said, I wonder if this is just better, but... this is a tough call. We definitely need to go to the magic here, get that health. Magic... Tome, I think, has more upside here because right now I don't have a good double stack. And if I add the Spike, it doesn't change anything, so I'm pretty sure we're just going to go with the Tome. You know, double stack, consumer move are all good, cost reductions are good, spell chain is good on the proliferate. Yeah, we'll take it. None of these really work. Yeah. And I think we just want draw. If I ever need Ember, I got the one key turn, but yeah. And we need to make sure we keep above 25. What a fucking mistake. Alright, double stack, there we go. Beautiful. I'd still like to consumer move it if possible, but we could just intrinsic it, and that might be good enough. That might be enough to even get through savagery, I don't know, in some cases. So we definitely hit that magic. This one we could hit. So there's at least 1 to maybe 2 magics getting hit if I want to hold out for the consumer move. I think just the same, I could just simply consumer move. I could also just intrinsic one of these just to get going. That's probably fine, and then hold out on the Tome of Horrors, I think. I don't mind that. I think that's absolutely fine. Maybe just one of these, since we're always redrawing them. Stoic Plate Mail could actually survive an Inferno. I could put that on Orakai. I don't really need his ability necessarily. Well, maybe I get the... Yeah, let's see what we're getting here. I don't think we want any of those. We could flex Reanimator, then at least I'm getting an extra Reanimate and Summon Stable on Resolve, but... Yeah, I mean, the extra mixes aren't super useful, especially now that we got the initial thing. I still would prefer the incant path, but this is probably fine. It gives us some offense for now. Draw -1 a turn. Sure. I took a drop grade and I got the ever-churning soil, so it's fine. And put that there, put these here. Alright, we got this guy right off the bat, that's good. I'm actually going to do this just so I don't take this damage. Alright, we'll stay in that. I think I'd rather hold out for another Overwork Assistant up here. We can just clear these out. Reanimate. Alright, there's a Tome of Horrors if we want it. I'm gonna do this just to maybe save some Reanimate stacks here. I think we just... Let me see if I get spikes here. I could keep all of them alive, I think, would be positive, so let's just do that. Get a redraw fixed there. I think we're pretty set for this battle. So we don't need to take any damage or anything. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to dupe. I could dupe the loam coat, or I could dupe this, or I could dupe the tome. Those are the three best options currently. If I draw this alongside this, I feel like I should always be playing this. This guy shouldn't be any trouble, I don't think. I've got a lot of reanimate on Gorakai at least. And these guys will do enough front-loaded damage. Might as well keep him alive for now. Oh, I forgot that I had this ability. We could just put that on him. Or even the back line. Looks like we're good anyway. Let's just do that. Alright. Easy peasy. Like I said, once you get past ring 3, it's not so bad. Mixology might be positive. It could even be useful to stall or root an enemy sometimes if my offense is lacking. I think it's worth it. You could also surgical strike, zero cost it. That does pretty good work, but with our unstable, we just don't need that. Fertile ground, mushy room, mulch. Mulch is worth adding. Just go left here. I can remove 2 cards just fine. So it's good that we added a card there. Ooh, Departure Manifest. That's big time here. That's big time here. Friendstasia is probably fine too. Life insurer doesn't matter. And it might even hurt us in a lot of cases. Oh, this is so good. Obviously, we just do... I mean, I could also do Fecundity, but this is just by far better. For the... We could check this, but let's see. It's 0, 0, 0, it looks like. So that's all left side. I mean, that one's easy. This one's easy, but then the final one's not really. But we go left, left, see what that gets us. Yeah, not worth re-rolling here at that amount of gold, but let's get rid of... So let's see, we're going to have another loam coat eventually, so I could just get rid of the... Oh, let's get rid of these. Yeah, we don't need them. Or this, I don't know. Alright, this is fine. Titan Skin's easiest trial we could get. Alright, so... might as well just put this here. So we don't need to remove any more of these unit cards because we actually have enough. Well, we'll have to remove one more eventually because we'll have another loam coat. Maybe I'll even have 3 loam coats, I don't know. I don't know for sure what the overall game plan here is, but we'll know soon enough. Let's put some stacks here. Might as well put it there since he has the loam coat. I got some ember here that could be made use of, but I think I'll keep it. I'd like to use it with a tome if I can, because right now the tome's pretty hard for me to play. Alright, this is obviously the turn we use this. Could put it here, actually. think I do like it there. And then might as well do this. I don't know. Maybe this just to keep the middle guy alive. Yeah, let's do this. Guess I should have done that before it propagated. I mean, min-maxing at this point doesn't matter a whole lot because we are obviously good to go here. Try to get blue if we can. Could also just try to root this guy. Get as much gold here as possible. Let's go for the root play. Rooted one. Let's do that. Now I could even proliferate it here and it would give him an extra root if I don't think I need it up here. I honestly don't think I need it up there. I might as well do the maximum greed play here. So we're going to get a lot of gold out of that. I could even stack him additional reanimate. It's actually not even useful for me to mixology here at the moment. We can lose the middle guy, that's fine. How greedy to be here, I wonder. There we go, so 4 reanimate. I think we should probably stack some more reanimate up top though, just in case for the boss. Put it there just so you've maintained some. You know what? My greed can't be denied. Sorry. I need more kills. Oh, you know what though? He's not gonna... He's not actually gonna... well, I can do that. At least. If I can get some unstable on him. There we go. Now we're getting all the kills. Perfect. We're getting down there though on the look at my gold. Hopefully we don't die for it, but I don't think we will. Put some on him. Do that. Do I need to take this damage? I've got a bunch of these things coming up. Just got that. I've got 136 by 6. Yeah, we don't need to take this damage. That should do it. Oops. A light apparently. How am I doing so little damage here? Well, he'll hit us. We're not gonna die, but probably should have just... I don't know, I just figured without doing any specific math that we were gonna be fine there, but I guess we weren't. I didn't think it'd hit us twice either. Jesus. Well, we're back in the hole. Organ Harvester's not going to be worth taking over the Loam Coat. I don't think these are worth... Right, well, luckily we got the health here. Move consume. There we go. This will help quite a lot to do this. Definitely want to take probably an Ember upgrade at this point. This being cheaper would probably be the best upgrade here. Let's see if we can get... Oh yeah, there's no... Okay, so let's go... Hold over. Hold that over should be pretty good. Spell chain would have been maybe preferred. I can make this intrinsic. I think that's fine. Make one of them pseudo remove is fine. So yeah, I don't know. With the holdover proliferate, maybe the dupe on the loam coat is less needed, and maybe I just dupe the Toma horrors. I think I like the Toma horrors. I mean, I can even use that on collectors if I need to. I can remove one card. Remove a Spore Touch. Now, I don't think we need to play around any of their shit here, so... Let's see. Definitely want the loam coat on you. There's no collector to bait me into being greedy, thankfully. Siphon. I mean, he'll technically siphon. This is a fine turn to use this. I'm going to put it there again because I want to spread my unstable a little bit. You generally want it on the front unit, but in this case I don't think so. I think all of my pyre health matters. We are against savagery, remember? So, like, I need to really be thinking about that. Put this here. Do want that guy to live. You know, he's going to be okay on that. I'm going to go spikes here just so I get it propagating. Already done pretty good damage there. Could put this on holdover now. Should be better than this, I think. Try to spread that damage around. Let's see, you're on revenge. The attack here just doesn't matter. I think we just put all of this here. It'll be hard. Definitely need the Ember upgrade. Make these type of turns easier to suss out. I think, though, that we still just do this. So, if we're doing that, do one of these. Get some rage on that. That way we're just getting the rage propagated on everybody. Probably get a flying kill here. And I don't want to take damage. Some extra reanimate or spikes. At this point, we just want to do that. So he's dead. I guess we're not getting a flying kill. It's fine. He's dying at least. tell you what, let's, yeah, I guess we just keep it. The flying bosses, in general, well, we got some of the worst ones in the Ring 3 and the final ring, but this one is just no problem for this type of setup. Here, you can have that. Alright. Mitosis camp. Doubt it. I doubt we want any of these. If I take Ember. And we're in dire need of health. And plus, maybe we want to go left anyway because of the thing. I'll actually take health here. There's no situation where I'm going to take a health option in this alcove. Health is... Since we're going into Savagery, I don't think I can set up bottom. We're going to need as much health as possible. So let's see if we get a card from this. Maybe I can double stack something. Yeah, like I said, there's no way I go down to 1 here, so we're always taking the health anyway. None of these are worth holding over. None of these are worth double stacking. I can pseudo remove one of these. We're still at 25 cards because we didn't take a card, so I can't really remove anything. That's fine. Really, we're allergic to Spell Chain, but that's okay. Intrinsic. I guess I could do that. I don't know, I kind of want to just cost reduce these since they're getting redrawn. I got all this money. I might as well. Oops. Yeah, if I'm going to be playing them. Alright, and we just want the extra reanimate on the start, I guess. We get a little bit more unstable as well. No, I don't think we want the extra mix. We don't mix often enough to care. Mark of Invasion should be fine here. Kind of want to... We do have some problems, though, here. You know what? We have so much gold, it's not worth it. I need to set up probably bottom or mid. I don't even think I can set up bottom. I think we gotta go mid. One second, it checks something. Yeah. Alright, so I'll do this. Okay. I don't necessarily have to use my Ember this turn. I wanted to choose spikes, but, you know, I'm going to put this on the front guy this time because I need the extra damage. But, you know, if it's still going to keep giving me Reanimate, I'm going to keep choosing Reanimate. Alright, this looks like a turn for this. I don't know why I didn't really need to do that, but okay. It keeps giving me Reanimate. I would have actually chose spikes there if it came up, because like I do want some spikes to get that extra damage, but this is fine. Is it time for greed? I think it is. Let's try to get purple. Perfect. Rooted. Perfect. So now the question is, do I want to just put a Tome of Horrors on it? That would give it 2 reanimate along with having it die. I would lose this propagate on holdover, but that's not really that necessary. I mean, 19 health there with that amount. I think we're fine. I think we'll go for the greed here. Yeah, we can still propagate it. Oh, we still have to hit purple though. Let's try to hit purple again. We don't care about losing the middle guy. Alright, purple. Let's get as much rooted as we can. I guess we don't need any more than that. So let's go there. And then propagate it. I could propagate up here. And I'm just going to do that. Okay, now we don't need to do any more. Well, if I can save his life, let's try it. Oh, I guess I can't. That's right. Duh. Well, that was a waste. Oh well. Doesn't matter too much. Like I said, this guy should already solo everything. One reanimate. You know what? Greed out a little bit more here. 3 rooted, so we don't need any more rooted. Let's do this then. He's dying. This is the one time I'd like propagate to actually help the enemy out on buffs. I have 845 gold. I think we can just let that one. I think we can let that one resolve. We do maybe want some more reanimate on the back Orikai, but I don't even know that we do. I guess it technically would be positive. Put some on him. We have not had to use... That's our first time we had to use spikes. This is still more positive than playing that. We'll just do all of that. Alright, we should be good. We're pretty much at full health. I got a ton of gold. Acid Shower could actually be somewhat decent here, but not really. Grow Room can't do that. Pox, again, it's like, just not needed. Might as well hit the good cards. So if we go left, we do... have some advantages, because if we go right, we already can't make use of the Vortex unless I want to lose a draw, so I don't want to do that. And the Hell Vent, it's like, yeah, there's okay stuff. It's not really that needed at this point. So I think we actually go left, and if I do that, we can at least try to find dualism. Granted, I can't use it on this guy unless I want to skip my actual awards for going left 3 times here from the inscription event. Maybe I do. I don't know. I don't know that the inscription event's that useful to us, but it kind of is. I mean, the Fecundicity could be good. Yeah, we'll go left. Plus, I can just replenish 2 health. Is fine. Oh, you know what though? I don't think the fight. I don't think I'll get my inscription reward, will I? Ingo's Beecher's really good here. Casing doesn't do anything. Attune Whetstone does not actually do anything, unfortunately. Yeah, nothing there. I don't want that. Pyrotip could be worth. Then I can play those tomes out a lot better. I mean, then I can probably set up bottom, maybe. Trader's Quill. I guess with all the money I have, I might as well take it. Could go endless on these dudes, but that doesn't really entice me. We're just going to have a lot of leftover gold, I think. I mean, is there any downside to me doing endless here? Yeah, it hurts my draw, and I probably just don't care. Alright, dualism. Well, we'll put that here. Get all of that in extra reanimate. And then we'll just do extra reanimate there. And that should be good. Don't need to do anything else. And I don't want to remove any cards, so there's not really much more for me to do here with this money. So all that greed was for naught, but that's okay. Yeah, this is pretty annoying, actually. So in a non-Titan run, you just don't even get to actually get your inscription event. That's pretty lame, actually. I think they should make that event not go that late then. So can I get away with a bottom floor here? I think the problem is I still need to top deck Tome of Horrors in order to set up bottom. That being said, I think it's still fine. I think the other units will die on the subsequent floors, so we can just do this. That there. Alright. Could also just root this guy. I think that might actually be better. I only need to root him once because we're going to have the proliferate here. Then we want to go back to green. I think actually, since let's just go to this. Alright, they're all dead. We're good to go. It turns out we did not need the thing anyway. Alright, there's this. We'll just go here. Might as well use that. And then we'll have that on holdover. GG. Next time Seraph comes here, we'll be looking at maybe starting to get close to a flying kill. I don't know. We'll see. Let's do that. Still don't want to underestimate anything here. Give him some spikes too. So you already have a rage, some rage there. Just going for the flying kill at this point. put some dots on him as well. There's one dot. Alright, might be able to get him here. Yep, looks like we got him. Do that for good measure. Alright, GG. Came close to dying a few times, but that was mostly due to mistakes. The first one, I killed my draw unnecessarily. The second one, I got really greedy with a collector. And even just misplaying probably that one round, but we still got through it. So that's the general game plan, I would say. I mean, there will be variants of what you might do depending on what comes up, right? So, like, one thing I will say, if you get the incant variant of Orakai, it's a lot easier. You can do a lot more damage. That could make up for, like, not finding an Overwork Assistant or not finding a Tome of Horrors or something. Just simply getting even 1 point into the incant unstable version of Orakai will do a lot of damage in this challenge. So the fact that we didn't get that would have been sucky had we not found, Overwork Assistant and the Tome of Horrors. Those help a lot with the offense if you don't get that incant path. But there's, and like I said, don't be afraid just to re-roll the start. I mean, so if we go real quick here, just to outline what you want to look for at the start is from Lazarus, you mainly are looking for Forevermore Serum. So if you get one of those, you can start just fine, probably. And then Overwork Assistant is also somewhat okay, but not. It's actually, even though the Overwork Assistant takes over on the run, as far as the ring one goes, I'd rather have a Forevermore Serum. So like if you don't get any Propagate and you get Overwork Assistant, I don't even know that I would do that run. I might just re-roll it, but there are other cards too that can be okay, like Potion Kit and Pseudoscience, but they're just not typically good enough to get you through the first ring unless you have good RNG. And then most of the other ones are not going to be very helpful for you. Explosive Reaction is a good card, but mainly it's not going to necessarily help you ring one that much. It could, though. It could help do a lot of damage, but it is a card you'll be on the lookout for because it is kind of half of the Tome of Horrors equation. So, like, if you don't get Tome of Horrors, you don't get Incant Orakai, this could be an option to up your damage pretty bigly. And then from the Underlegion side of things, Loam Coat and Proliferate are going to be your best bets, but Glow Up works as well. So those are the 3 cards. Typically, those are the main ones you need to start with if you're not getting Forevermore Serum. So if you don't get either of these 3 cards, these 3 Propagate cards, or you don't get a Forevermore Serum, I would probably just re-roll. I wouldn't try to suffer through that run. You probably aren't going to get through the first ring. That's my biggest gripe with the challenge. Once you get through those first couple rings, you're going to be sailing, though, usually. And really, as far as Underlegion goes, you really are just mainly looking to only add these Propagate cards. Keep in mind, don't be afraid to skip a lot of cards in this challenge, because if it's not, if you don't get like an intrinsic Propagate, or you don't get a deployable Loam Coat, then you're really at the mercy of your draw order, and you don't want to give yourself chances to just not draw Propagate or not draw Reanimate in your opener and get yourself stuck in a messy situation. Even a card like Rot, I don't know that I would add, because it's not necessarily doing anything different than Spore Touch, which is to say, Infernal Room clears most of the early enemies, unless you're low rolling into the healing floors enemy comps like we did, but for the most part, they'll die to the Inferno Rooms, and then you're just applying a Decay to kill an extra stack of Reanimate, and Rot's not going to do that any better than Spore Touch in most cases. And you definitely don't want to add any Spawn cards. Don't add any rooms, because rooms don't work on this challenge. And you know, as a result, there's really just not much you're looking for from this clan in the uncommon tier. Just none of these cards really help you that much. Maybe you could take a pox if you're desperate. But for the most part, you'll always be skipping the uncommon cards. Mulch is good too. Mulch is fine. But, you know, you'll just be skipping a lot of these cards for the Underlegion. Legion. And at the rare tier, Spike is a really good card. Being able to really hyper spike your reanimate, this is going to be big time good. But nothing else is really necessarily that good. Maybe in some cases, Unearthed Treasure. Mainly you're just looking for Spike. And then for Lazarus, the Spike the League's really good. The Tome of Horrors is really good. Oh, and 9 Life Nightmare is a really good unit too. I think when I first did this challenge, I had a 9 Life Nightmare instead of an Overwork Assistant, and 9 Life Nightmare was working just fine. You know, all of that reanimate is really nice to have. But it's, you know, it's a rare, so you're not going to find it that often. In some cases, Brain Transfer can be good. If you want to like combine it with a 9 Life Nightmare or something. But yeah, mainly Spike the League and Tome is what you're looking for here. Mix-a-Lot can work too. Especially if you can get into green, then play it. And then at the uncommon tier, there's not necessarily that much here other than Mixology and Organ Harvester in some cases. If you have a unit that actually kills things, Organ Harvester can be slightly positive. Maybe Replicator Ray, but usually not. But yeah, that's pretty much how you tackle this one. There's a lot of skipping because a lot of cards aren't so good. Surgical Strike can work too, as well, if you're really lacking Unstable or something. You can zero cost it and then just cut through all the enemies that are at 1 health over and over again. Anyway, though, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.